What's happening, and welcome to the 24th floor. It is a marvelous Monday. We're talking about the NFL offseason and specifically the Tennessee Titans. We'll catch up with Associated Press writer Teresa Walker, plus a one-on-one with Super Bowl champion KJ Wright, and we jump into the boxing ring with a Memphis boxer training with some of our Memphis Grizzlies. The 24th floor starts right now. Joining me on the show today, it is Teresa Walker, writer for the Associated Press out of Nashville. She's a five-time National Sports Media Association Writer of the Year and a Tennessee Sports Writers Association Hall of Famer. I am in the presence of greatness. Teresa, what's happening with you?
Well, I as wet as it has gotten up to about 90 degrees at the Titans OTAs, and tomorrow they start their mandatory minicamp to wrap up this offseason. And let's say it's football season already. It may say June on the calendar, but the heat says it's football time in Tennessee.
Well, I think in America, it's pretty much always football time whenever we want it to be. Let's get into our big idea of today, and that is the Tennessee Titans. They just wrapped up OTAs last week and Tuesday. Like Teresa said, they begin mandatory minicamp. The Titans, of course, have the number one pick in Miami QB Cam Ward. They are also in year two with head coach Brian Callahan after winning just 3 games a year ago. So there is a lot of work to do. First things first, you got to get your young QB ready.
He's had a lot of learning that has occurred from just the act of doing and things that he's maybe used to doing that are different at this level. And that's always for young quarterbacks the case. It's always going to feel different. So pleased with where he's at. He's picking it up pretty quickly as far as the mental part goes. And we're learning every day he's out here.
I'm more just trying to be better, first and second down, not have to get the third down, just trying to keep the chains moving, every play we get. And I think the more times that the quarterback position can put the ball in play, let his receivers, tight ends, and running backs make plays, the more successful the offense is going to be.
All right, Teresa, you've got a chance to check out Cam Ward in rookie minicamp and now in OTAs. What's kind of been your evaluation of the young QB? Does he pass the smell test for you?
So far, but granted, it's June. Last week Brian Callahan talked about how he's coming in at 5 a.m. and staying late, and that's something that they're going to have to keep an eye on because the NFL season is a marathon, not a sprint. But Cam Ward has been getting, fellow rookies in, the skill position players, making sure, because as Cam said last week, we don't have a ton of time in here as rookies, and he is kind of leading. And Albert Breer wrote about it today in his Monday morning quarterback thing for SI.com on how he's getting guys in there so that they can be prepared, know what the script is for that day, and then they run through, they're doing extra work to make sure that they can maximize the time that they have on the field and avoid mistakes. And that's the thing. When you watch him on the field, his release is so quick, it's immediately eye-catching. And he throws a very nice spiral. It's got a little bit of action on it, but it's a nice ball. And that clip that you played at Cam, the question was about making off-schedule throws, and his answer was like, I want to try to avoid that with it all possible and keep the chains moving. And that's by making plays on first and second down. So he's, at this point of the year, I don't think there's anyone that watches his team closely that doesn't expect him to be the starter September 7th when they open at Denver. But for right now, he's doing, he's seizing the reins. He's making sure that everybody who's a rookie just like him knows what's going on, can go out and maximize their time on the field. And he's leading the way, which is kind of what you want a quarterback to do, especially, the number one pick overall. And the quietest number one overall pick that I think I can remember in recent NFL draft history.
Yeah, he's certainly not a loudmouth in ways that we might have expected. Some of these other cats seems to be a little bit soft-spoken. What are the expectations of Cam, and do you think whatever those expectations are they fair? I mean, it looks like like you said, he is going to be the starter week 1.
Well, the challenge for Cam Ward is there's not a lot of expectations for this team overall. They've won 3 games each of the last 3 seasons. Now, the Titans did go out and revamp their offensive line yet again. They signed Dan Moore Jr. from Pittsburgh as their new left tackle. And, Pro Football Focus is not a big advocate of his. They have him with most sacks allowed by, at his position with 12, a ton of pressures. But he's at left tackle beside Peter Skoronski going into his 3rd year in the NFL. They moved J.C. Latham out of Alabama, last year's #1 overall pick, at least by this team, moved him to right tackle, the position he played in college at Alabama. They signed Kevin Zeitler, a 35-year-old veteran guard from Detroit, who certainly had a lot of success last season, to try to anchor that line, and they expect center Lloyd Cushenberry back. And they spent 3 first-round picks or 4th-round picks, on the 3rd day of the draft on position players. Gunnar Helm, a tight end out of Texas, the Alec Ayomanor from Stanford, and Shamari DK from Florida. And they are hoping that those guys can grow with Cam Ward. And Cam Ward, Brian Callahan mixed up the locker room. Cam Ward's sitting next to Calvin Ridley in the locker room, and Calvin Ridley is ecstatic to be working with this young man. And now part of it is, he made it very clear last week. Last year was losing not great. Nobody likes it. And, this time of year, everybody's 0-0. Everybody's dreaming of the Super Bowl. But Calvin Ridley is going to be a huge key to just how good a year Cam Ward has. If he can come out and open the season with more touchdown catches, that is going to help set up Cam Ward. I kind of think that this team, let's face it, the NFL, 6 wins is the minimum of where you should be. Mm-hmm. And this is a team that had 7 losses by 8 points or less last year. If Cam Ward comes in and takes care of the ball, and this is an area that they struggled mightily with last year, if he can take care of the ball better than Will Levis last year, 26 combined turnovers, then they should be in position to at least have a chance to get to 6 wins. And that, with as many holes as this roster has, is huge.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. You mentioned the O-line, you mentioned the wide receiver room and some of the additions they've made there. Let's start kind of in the trenches. Do you think they've done enough to significantly improve in that area in order to protect Cam Ward and let him make, some of those on-schedule and off-schedule throws?
I'd like to say yes, but experience over the last couple of years when I said that the line can't get any worse than it was, and they found a way. So I'm going to need to see, Avery, just how this line works. That said, Bill Callahan is here for a second off season with this group. Lloyd Cushenberry missed 8 games last year with an Achilles. He was a veteran that they signed to come in and help anchor this line. He wasn't available because of injury. And so you've got a lot more experience, certainly, in Moore, Cushenberry, and Zeitler, and then 2 young players still in J.C. Latham, who's gone from 370 at the end of his rookie year. He's leaned up to 337, moving faster, and, Bill Callahan has talked with him. They've worked with him on what he's eating. So on paper, it looks like they should be better. And if they can give, Cam Ward, or, if somebody else is the quarterback, although all signs point to Cam Ward, if he gets an extra second or 2 to throw the ball or make a decision, that is going to college to make off-schedule throws and find it. The one quote that has stuck out at me this offseason so far, the Titans defensive coordinator, Denard Wilson, said of Cam Ward, his ability to find the open receiver, if that offensive line can give him that extra second or so, then I think Cam Ward will find the open receiver, which will make this offense much better all around.
Talk about open receivers. You got Calvin Ridley, who's going to be your wide receiver 1. They also go and get Van Jefferson. They make some additions. You mentioned the rookies in the 4th round. Do you think that receiver room has been good enough to elevate what Cam Ward can do?
Well, they're resting on a lot of guys who have yet to prove it at this level. That said, the wild card is Treylon Burks. He's their 1st-round pick in 2023. I think it was 23. Time has passed so quickly with this franchise; it's almost insane. But he's got one touchdown reception in the NFL, despite being the 18th pick overall, part of the trade that sent AJ Brown to Philadelphia. And his season ended because of an ACL, and he's out there running some drills, running individual drills with the team, which is good. I mean, that's a good sign at this point of the year. If he can compete in training camp, then maybe he's got a size and ability, physical ability to play with the ball that the rest of this core doesn't have. So he could be the wild card. But, Ridley, Jefferson give some experience to this group, but they are certainly leaning on a lot of guys who, haven't done it at this level. And that's why I'm really curious to see how this group comes together. It's going to be very much which is why I think Cam Ward is spending so much time with these rookies, his fellow rookies, is to help them get up to speed as fast as humanly possible. He knows who he's going to need help from.
All right, well, we'll certainly see what Cam Ward is able to do, and I'm sure you're going to have a ton of time out there in the heat in Nashville during minicamp this week. That'll be Tuesday to Thursday. Teresa's going to be there. Keep up with her work over at the Associated Press. Teresa, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break, but coming up, Mid-South native KJ Wright is coming home next weekend for his annual charity basketball game, and he and I go one-on-one. That's next.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with ABC 24 and 24 Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on 24 Plus. The 24 Plus TV app. Streaming 24/7 local news from the team you trust on your time.
Rain showers through the day today, and we're starting.
Track how the weather will impact your day.
Rain coming in tonight into tomorrow.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene. Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. 24 Plus, complete coverage of your local news, weather, and more.
Here comes our first batch of rain.
Some severe thunderstorms and even several tornado warnings.
I think the bigger issue is going to be the wind gusts. So you start getting some branches knocked around. You could definitely see some power outages today. The storms could pack a punch.
It's not just the thunderstorms, it's the fact that this low pressure is so strong.
How big that storm system was.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 24 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. When news breaks, watch 24 Plus. See the story as it's happening. Be on the scene faster than ever before. Live updates from the team you trust. Stream breaking news on 24 Plus. Download free on your TV now.
Welcome back to the 24th floor. On Saturday, the 4th annual Olive Branch High School Charity Alumni Game is back, led by alum and Super Bowl champion KJ Wright. KJ and I catch up on what we can expect at the game this year.
I know you are out there living that West Coast life, but you're coming back home here to Memphis in the Mississippi area here in a couple of weeks for your annual charity basketball game at Olive Branch High School. How excited are you to get that going again?
I'm excited. This is going on our 4th year having this event, and I kid you not, Avery, each and every year this thing is sold out. They see that they come out and support. They show out. We raise tons of money. They see some old guys play some basketball, which is cool. You know, we still got it a little bit. But the whole goal for me is to get the city together to raise a lot of money for these student athletes. And for me to do this one last time, going against the Bahia Indians, I'm truly excited, and I just can't wait for another exciting event.
What do you mean one last time? This is the last go around, my man?
This is the last dance. You know, you saw the Michael Jordan last dance. You know, this is part 2 of that. And it's time. It's time to close that chapter. It was fun. The whole city loved it. But you know, I am a football coach. I did play football, and so I have some really cool things planned for the community going forward. But right now, just with basketball, it just ran its course. So we had a tremendous time doing it. Raised a lot of money. That's when to go out with a big time bang.
Yeah. So I guess my question was going to be, you know, is it going to be another matchup of Holly Springs and Olive Branch? But it seems like what you're telling me is we're going to have a different opponent this year. What's that about?
So we playing the Bahia Indians this year. And if you know anything about Olive Branch and Bahia, this is an old school rivalry. This thing goes back 50, 60 years, Avery. And the rivalry got so intense They had to stop the robbery. I didn't even get a chance to play by Helia when I was in high school because it just got so crazy. And so my dad played them, my uncles played them, grandparents. I called my grandma the other day. She used to play by Helia. And so I never personally got the chance to have that matchup. So just to recreate that, to get just two iconic cities together, we border each other. And so let's just combine this thing. Let's just do it one last time with the alumni teams. They've had their events, we had our events. Let's just bring it together. Just put on for our cities.
Why has it become so important for you to give back to Olive Branch and really to the, I guess, that Mississippi community year over year?
Yeah, I mean, I just look at my life and I've been blessed, more than I can explain. To be able to walk through those schools of Olive Branch High School, to be able to play in the NFL for all those years as a still coach. I truly believe God called me to be that person to do this, to show the kids, hey, once you go out there and you make it, you become a super, or, a star or whatever, come back to your community, invest in these kids. Don't forget where you come from. You hear all that stuff. And so I just want to be the one to just spearhead getting everyone together. I have a platform and I just want to use it in the right way. And so just to do all the things that I've done from football camps to doing stuff with the teachers lounge, just all the stuff that I've done, man, it's just been called for me to do it. And so I'm gonna do what I've been told. I'm gonna be obedient and just really just give back any way I can.
You last year was, I believe, the first year that you actually split the proceeds. So money went from Olive Branch, money went to Holly Springs. Are you going to do that again this year? And what have you kind of learned about being able to split those proceeds and doing this event from one year to the next?
Yeah, I've learned that there's strength in numbers. There's strength in numbers when we come together as people, as community. Last year, I was able to raise tons of money. This year, my goal is to raise $50,000. That's my goal, Avery. We can do it. I know we can do it with sponsorships, with people donating, with ticket sales. That's my goal for this event. And so I know that we can do it and it makes sense. Like just think about kids need shoes, kids need jerseys, they need football cleats, like everything that they need. I want to be able to support them. The dance team, they need stuff. And so many kids just need our support. And when you look at the dollars, like let's have our dollars that we spend go back into the community. And so that's what it's all about. And I know that all this money will go to a really good spot. Every penny is going right to these kids.
Yeah, so yeah, proceeds from the charity alumni game go to to the schools themselves, which is a really cool part of it. Who are some of the alum that people can expect at the game this year?
So we won a few state championships in Olive Branch, right? We
I'm
like
aware,
three.
I'm aware.
We won about a couple state championships. So we got Maya Taylor, Mississippi State / Ole Miss.
Hmm.
We have DJ Jeffries, Gatorade Player of the Year, Memphis / Mississippi State. We got myself. I was all right. I did my
Yeah,
thing.
you're right.
And so we have Javion Stevens. We have Braxton Gillespie, Everett Morris, Jalen Moore, Normanique Johnson's class of 11. We got classes going back to the 90s. Aretha Wiseman. I mean, the list goes on and on. And so those are just some of the few I can think of off the top of my head. But it's some dogs that come through Olive Branch High School. And so they're going to be in for a treat. They're going to be in for a show. Come out. Let's see all the fellas, all the ladies come together. That's what it's all about. Just different classes from, like I said, the 90s to 2021. Just coming together for one simple cause. That's a represent for Olive Branch and a represent for Byhalia.
All right, so we know the what, and that's the Olive Branch Charity Alumni Game. Give me the when and the where and how people can get tickets.
Yes, sir. So it's going down June 14th, Saturday night. It's going to be at 6 o'clock, the women. And right after that, the men are going on at 7. You could purchase your tickets online at the rightwayfoundation50.org. Avery, we sold out every year. Don't y'all try to come. Hey, can I buy tickets? Get your tickets online.
Right.
There's no pulling up the day of and then trying to get in. So yes, come in, get your tickets early, get them now. It's happening real soon. We're under 7 days, and so it's about to happen.
I want to switch gears just a little bit. You are obviously a legend for the Seattle Seahawks. 11 years in the league. You're a Pro Bowler. You're a Super Bowl champion. Now you've kind of switched to the coaching side of things. This is your second year with the 49ers, right?
Yes, sir.
What has that transition been like to go from player to coach?
Look, I'll tell you this. I was actually talking to my grandma yesterday, and as a player, I was at the top of my game. Like I was one of the best, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl champion. It was easy for me. Like football was easy. I've been playing since I was in middle school. And now, Avery, when you come to this side of coaching, people think it's coaching as teaching guys how to tackle, how to run routes, how to catch the football. I am a quality control coach. And so I do that, but I also lay down the foundation for the coaches. I build PowerPoints, I build Excels. I'm on Visio drawing up plays and putting all 22 guys on the football field. And so I'm in a space now where I'm being challenged, right? I've never had to use this part of my skill set, so I'm being challenged more intellectually than I am physical, right? And so it's a learning curve. I'm gonna be transparent. It's a learning curve. It's fun, as you know what, I love football more than not more than anything, but I really love football. But now I'm on this side where I'm laying down the foundations for the rest of the coaches. Usually I just have everything ready for me. Hey, the PowerPoint's done, Excel's done, film is broken down. You know who doing that stuff now?
That's you.
I'm doing it now. So, it's fun, man, just to be around guys, to be in this organization with the San Francisco 49ers, just a historic franchise. Kyle Shanahan, I thank him for this opportunity. I thank John Lynch for this opportunity. And I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. It's going to be fun.
Thanks to KJ for that awesome interview. Coming up, the offseason in full swing for the Memphis Grizzlies. Meet the boxing trainer that's getting a few of the stars ready in the ring.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with ABC 24 and 24 Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on 24 Plus. The 24 Plus TV app. Streaming 24/7 local news from the team you trust on your time.
Rain showers through the day today, and we're starting.
Track how the weather will impact your day.
Rain coming in tonight into tomorrow.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene. Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. 24 Plus, complete coverage of your local news, weather, and more.
Here comes our first batch of rain.
Some severe thunderstorms and even several tornado warnings.
I think the bigger issue is going to be the wind gusts. So you start getting some branches knocked around. You could definitely see some power outages today. The storms could pack a punch.
It's not just the thunderstorms, it's the fact that this low pressure is so strong.
How big that storm system was.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 24 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. When news breaks, watch 24 Plus. See the story as it's happening. Be on the scene faster than ever before. Live updates from the team you trust. Stream breaking news on 24 Plus. Download free on your TV now.
As the NBA Finals roll on, the Memphis Grizzlies are in off-season mode, getting their bodies and minds ready for the next season. But a few of them are getting out of the basketball gym and into the boxing ring. I caught up with boxer Mike Cook about training up the Grizz in the gloves.
I saw shooting stars like, God, please use me, but can it please be with boxing?
For Memphis native Mike Cook, boxing isn't just punching, it's purpose.
My wife I met in a boxing gym. Majority of my friends I met in a boxing gym. My pastor I met in my boxing gym. So God's definitely blessed me through boxing.
On Saturday, Cook was gearing up to defend his undefeated professional boxing record, 24-0. But throughout the offseason, he'll take punches from some of Memphis's favorite Grizzlies in his gym, always working boxing and fitness.
I started training the Grizz mascot about 15 years ago, maybe. When y'all see all that wrestling and all that stuff that he does, the wrestling nights, that's real. Leave him alone. Work a lot with a guy named Vitaly Potapenko. Used to be one of our assistant coaches. He introduced me to Dez. Dez introduced me to Jaron.
And then the boxing is just a great add-on to like train your mind, train your twitch, your quick twitch. That wall you gotta push through.
Mike says he doesn't let the Grizzlies spar with other boxers, but uses the sport to up their off-season conditioning.
Boxing is a big endurance sport. You got to be able to throw the same type of punch round one in round 12. You know what I mean? In the same way, in basketball, you got to be able to make the same shot you made in the first quarter and the last quarter. You know, these are elite athletes, and they're all in amazing shape already, but it's just something to put like, maybe push you over the edge.
Now, Mike may be training Grizzlies players, but the youngest person in his gym is just 8 years old. The oldest is 73.
I got a dad that works all day. I got a kid that was just getting in trouble. I got a mom that's got 2 kids at the house. I got a teenager that needs a place to hang out. I have everything here, and that's the beauty of how welcoming boxing is. You got a strong right hand.
Helping people of all backgrounds, even goofy news reporters like me, is gratifying. But helping his hometown Grizzlies be ready for the season, that's priceless.
I'm definitely humbled by it, but I look at it as like I'm a tool for them. You know what I mean? I look at it like I can be a piece of getting them ready.
As for himself in the ring, well, I wouldn't want to fight him.
My goal always is
By the way, he is now 25-0, and he gave me a lesson or two so I can, I might get in the gloves a little bit more myself. An organization in Memphis is looking for some volunteers. Inspire Memphis, led by Pastor Terrell Monger, is starting basketball, volleyball, and baseball leagues for kids this summer. The organization needs volunteers for some coaching spots, concessions, door attendants, all kinds of stuff. And they're also partnering with any local churches willing with gyms that would like to join, allowing those churches to keep proceeds from the league. Monger says the idea is to create safe spaces for the kids in Memphis.
We're trying to give the young folks something to do so they won't be out running these streets. So we're running them two separate. The younger kids, daytime, older kids, evening time. So light at night, out of the dwelling place. We have teams on this side. We have teams in South Memphis. So there'll be 2 different leagues going at the same time.
The leagues are for ages 4 to 17. You can sign up to play or to volunteer at inspirememphis.com. Let's talk about some Sunday baseball. Memphis Redbirds facing the Indy Indians. 4th inning, Birds down 1. DJ Stewart knocks one deep. Michael Ciani of the Redbirds trying to track that one down off his glove into the wall. Easy score for the Indians, and Stewart finds himself at second base for the double. Same inning, Matt Frazier with some picture-perfect placement with the bat. Going to drop this one right between center and the shortstop. That scores another run. The Indians put up 5 runs between the 4th and the 5th. They win 6-2, but the series is an even split, so no harm, no foul. After the break, we're going to wrap things up with the best thing I saw this week, and it comes from the Clay.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with ABC 24 and 24 Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on 24 Plus. The 24 Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time.
Rain showers through the day today, and we're starting.
Track how the weather will impact your day.
Rain coming in tonight into tomorrow.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene. Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. 24 Plus, complete coverage of your local news, weather, and more.
Here comes our first batch of rain.
Some severe thunderstorms and even several tornado warnings.
I think the bigger issue is going to be the wind gusts. So you start getting some branches knocked around. You could definitely see some power outages today. The storms could pack a punch.
It's not just the thunderstorms, it's the fact that this low pressure is so strong.
How big that storm system was.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 24 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. When news breaks, watch 24 Plus. See the story as it's happening. Be on the scene faster than ever before. Live updates from the team you trust. Stream breaking news on 24 Plus. Download free on your TV now.
It is the best thing I saw this week, and it comes on clay. Coco Gauff picked up her first French Open win at Roland Garros on Saturday. She beat world number 1 Arina Sabalenka in straight sets to become the first American woman to win the French Open since, check this, Serena Williams did it way back in 2015. Afterwards, Sabalenka said she lost not because Gauff played great, but because Sabalenka made too many unforced errors, to which I say, haters gonna hate. Enjoy that second place trophy. That will do it for today's show. Thank you to KJ Wright for joining the show. Thank you to Teresa Walker for giving us a preview of minicamp. And thank you to Rich Denson behind the scenes making this thing go. I'm taking a much needed break the next couple of shows, but my guy Ruben Diaz is going to hold it down for me in the meantime. So tune in on Thursday for a special edition of the 24th Floor. Until next time, I'll see you later.
Continue with us and watch free now on the 24 Plus app everywhere you stream.